The city's pulse was gone. In its place, a silence so heavy it felt like a shroud. People drifted through the streets, their faces like masks, their eyes empty windows staring at nothing. I remember hiding in the skeletal remains of a bookstore, peering through a shattered window at the hulking, silent ships hanging in the gray sky. They were parasites, siphoning the very essence of who we were. Beams of sickly green light would descend, and I'd watch as a glowing orb. A fragile sphere of light was pulled from someone's temple. A memory, a birthday party, a first kiss, the smell of rain on hot pavement, all of it, gone, harvested. I learned to mimic them. To empty my face, to let my gaze go slack, to shuffle my feet with the same agonizing slowness. It was my camouflage, my only shield against the alien sentinels that patrolled the streets. They were insectoid, all sharp angles and emotionless chittering, their multifaceted eyes scanning for any spark of defiance, any flicker of remembrance. They never saw me. To them, I was just another empty vessel. This cloak of nothingness was my key. My target was the spire. It pierced the clouds, a monstrous, bioluminescent thorn driven into the heart of our world. It pulsed with a soft internal light that collected memories of millions. It was their vault, their pantry, and I was going to break in. Getting close was the easy part. The patrols were predictable. The hard part was the entrance, a shimmering, membrane-like barrier that rippled as the sentinels passed through. I watched for hours, studying the rhythm, the slight flicker just before a patrol entered. It was a risk, a massive one. If my timing was off, I wouldn't just be caught, I'd be dissolved. Holding my breath, I matched my stride to a returning sentinel, my heart hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. I kept my eyes vacant, my shoulders slumped. As the creature phased through, I slipped in right behind it, the membrane clinging to my skin for a terrifying second, cold and gelatinous before I was through. I was in. The air inside was thick, humid, and smelled of ozone and something organic like a strange alien jungle. The walls weren't metal or stone. They were alive, throbbing with soft-colored light that flowed in intricate patterns like veins. I followed a wide corridor that spiraled upwards, the glow intensifying with every step. There were no guards inside. They didn't need them. The place was a fortress, a living organism designed to protect its stolen treasures. The silence in here was different from the silence outside. It wasn't empty. It was full, humming with the ghosts of a billion stolen moments. I could almost hear them, faint whispers of laughter, of songs, of whispered secrets, all trapped within the glowing walls. The corridor opened into a chamber so vast it stole my breath. It was a cathedral of stolen souls. From floor to ceiling, as far as the eye could see, were the orbs. Millions upon millions of them, floating in a gentle, weightless dance, each one a perfect, shimmering pearl of light. Some glowed with the warm gold of happiness, others with the cool blue of sorrow, the fiery red of anger, or the soft pink of love. It was beautiful and horrifying all at once. This was our history, our humanity, catalogued and stored like data. I walked through them, the orbs parting before me like a silent, ghostly crowd. I saw flickers within them, a child's first steps, a tearful goodbye at a train station, an old man smiling at his wife. Each one a life, a story, now just an exhibit in an alien museum. Why was I here? Revenge? To reclaim what was stolen? At first, yes. But standing there, surrounded by the silent symphony of my entire race, something else took over. A desperate, burning need to understand. Why this? Why memories? I navigated deeper into the chamber, drawn towards the center where the light was brightest. There, floating alone, was a single orb, different from the rest. Wasn't glowing with the light of a past emotion. Shone with a pure, brilliant, diamond-white light that seemed to hum with an energy all its own. It felt new, impossible. My hand trembled as I reached for it. My fingers brushed against its smooth, warm surface. The moment I touched it, the world dissolved. I wasn't in the spire anymore. I was standing on a rooftop, but the sky wasn't gray and choked with smoke. It was a brilliant, impossible blue. The city below wasn't a ruin. It was vibrant, alive with gleaming towers, green parks, and vehicles that flew on streams of light. People laughed on the streets below, their faces full of life and purpose. I saw children playing, their eyes bright with wonder, not emptiness. The air was clean, the sun was warm, and there was a feeling of hope. A feeling so powerful it was like a physical force. It took me a moment to understand what I was seeing. This wasn't a memory. It couldn't be. This world, this beautiful, thriving earth, it had never existed. Not for my generation, not for my parents' generation. I was watching a memory of the future. Future that hadn't happened yet, but it felt real. It felt true. And then I understood. The aliens weren't just stealing our past. They were stealing our future. By taking our memories, they took away our ability to dream, to hope, to build on what came before. Without our stories, we were adrift, unable to imagine a different tomorrow. They weren't just erasing us. They were erasing our potential. This single orb wasn't a memory of what was. It was a premonition of what could be. A seed. A blueprint for a future they were trying to prevent. Holding it, I felt its power flow into me. Not just the vision, but the feeling behind it. The courage, the innovation, the love that would build such a world. It was a weapon. The most powerful weapon imaginable. They thought they had taken everything, but they had overlooked this one. Tiny, impossible spark. They had left us the key to our own salvation, hidden in plain sight. My mission was no longer about revenge. It was about reclamation. I had to get this seed out of the spire. I had to plant it. I had to remind humanity not just of who we were, but of who we were always meant to become. The future was a memory waiting to be made. I was the one who remembered it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more stories.